Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is us, the Game Chat crew. See that rhyme? I got bars and everything. See, I got prepared for this. Mikey, good old Smileys, and a special guest, one that was requested many times over, even though we only had one episode. Ladies and gentlemen, Alymew is back in the show as well. Ally, say hello.
Hello, how are you guys?
Oh my goodness, you have an accent and
You
everything.
adapted the accent.
Did London change you? Is that what happened this time around?
No, of course not. What are you talking about?
Oh my goodness.
You know how they say, like people go Hollywood. How do we say it for Allie? Like, did she go London?
I was gonna say she went Inglewood, but that's in California, so that's
Okay.
probably a bad one. Yeah, you know what wrong with that? Yeah, she went England. So yeah, how's life over the pond, Sally?
I think it's been pretty good. I love how everything is so cheap to get really good food. If you go shopping, everything's pretty cheap.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Do you ride the trolleys, the metros? Usually when they're not getting blown up.
The tube. They call
the
it
tube, right? The tube. My bad. The tube. The tube. There you go.
No,
Yeah.
since I actually live in Newcastle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Wait, Allie, so like, is there like certain things that are differences compared to being in America and being over there?
Yeah, okay. The first thing I've noticed is all their vegetables and fruit is pre-wrapped. Like if you're about to buy like two pairs, it's either packaged like into like this clear plastic like chips bag, but it's just clear, or it's just wrapped. You can't open it like until you get home. So you know people haven't opened it, and I always thought that was super strange. And when you ask for tea is always with milk unless you let them know. I find that so strange. Yeah.
Wait,
when
do they mix it in there, or is it like on the side?
They just mix it in for you. No, they mix it in for you. That's what tea is. It's always tea and milk is considered tea there. They'll ask you if you want sugar.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is it sweetened or unsweetened? I know nowadays, especially in the US, tea, they don't play with their tea. It's always unsweetened. It's always some organic stuff they got from, the deep jungles of Africa or some crap like that. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, it depends where you go, Shadosha. If you go to like, Dunkin' Donuts, you're still gonna get like normal sugar,
Wait, they have that in?
Oh no, they don't have Dunkin' Donuts. They have Starbucks.
You got me hyped for a minute, bro.
We have Starbucks. We have Starbucks.
Starbucks isn't the same as Dunkin' Donuts. We're from the East Coast, Sally. Come on.
Starbucks.
Star Fox. All right, cool.
So, but yeah, Mew, we had a lot of people asking for you. That was a thing. A lot of people. I'm kind of surprised. A lot of people were here from 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Actually,
maybe I shouldn't
maybe I shouldn't be surprised because we do all get hit up. Where's the podcast? What happened to it? So there are people out there. So thanks so much for the positive comments. And half of them were positive. Other people were like, "Wow, 2 years." A lot of people were surprised. And
dude, people don't realize how fast time flies by. Like, especially after high school, it's like it's non-existent. It's literally like you're already from 20 to 30 already.
Well, the beauty of it is, again, there was no negative feedback. So, I mean, that is awesome. And it just means the formula worked. And now everybody can stop complaining. Sally's here too. Hi, Sally, again.
Hello.
And it was just kind of interesting because so much changed in gaming and Twitch in those 2 years. Because Twitch really, really blew up in those 2 years.
Yeah, and so did YouTube. YouTube changed with the YouTube gaming stream.
Yeah.
You know what doesn't seem to change though?
What's that?
Mikey's still trying to find the COD killer.
Oh.
Actually, he might have found the COD killer. PUBG.
PUBG?
Is that considered a COD?
No, I would base it like off of something that's like console related because I feel like more people play COD on console, so they're like looking for that COD killer on console. Not, I don't know.
But PUBG is gonna come onto console soon, Smiles.
But it was originated from like PC though.
PUBG just got killed though by Fortnite. That's the PUBG killer.
We're jumping right into this, aren't we? Okay, I'm with this. I'm right. All right, fine.
I mean, by the way, we were just watching Doge, and you were on a 1v1 clutch situation. It was epic.
Yeah.
I was watching you. My palms were sweaty, man. I was watching you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
I wish you would have saved. I wish you would have saved a rocket for that guy.
Yeah, I had it
You blew your
available. I
load
mean,
too
I had it.
soon.
I had it loaded and everything. He pushed me, and I kind of wanted that, so I wanted him to wrap the corner. I was gonna lay him out with that purple machine gun I had. The bullets landed. I just ran out of bullets, and he still had a shot left. So it's just kill or be killed, and I got the short end of the stick. But the game we're talking about, by the way, is Fortnite, a game that that game came out I think last year, or maybe 2 years. I'm not exactly sure, but it had a PVE kind of game mode attached to it. Yeah, Fortnite.
It came out recently. It came out 2 months ago.
2 months ago. All right, my bad. I said 2 years ago. My bad. I seen it 2 years ago. It came out 2 months ago, and it had a PVE. But they decided, and this is kind of a gutsy play from them, but as you can see, it worked really well. They made a PvP battle royale game mode, and not only did they do that, they made it free to play and cross-platform. That is nuts. So if you have it on PC, on Mac, if you have it on PS4, Xbox One, doesn't matter. You can play it with anybody.
Oh my
god! The game with you as well. That is insane. And there's been
Are you sure? I thought it was PS4 and PC.
Is it just PS4 and PC?
No. It's on all 3 consoles.
Yeah, it's on everything. But I mean, in regards to cross-platform.
Oh, okay. Cross-platform is PS4 and PC only.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah,
that's still great. Like that's the sickest thing. PS4, PC. There were some people I was playing with. I didn't know they were on PS4. It made sense because some people just couldn't shoot the same way. And
were you dominating them?
I was on my PC master racism right there. Well, I let that mouse do everything.
Did you feel like a god, Shadosha?
There's this clip that I wish I had. Somebody clipped it in my stream where somebody ran up on me with a shotgun. And I just kept sidestepping to hit him with a pickaxe. He could not hit me. I was like, "You are absolutely using a thumbstick right now. You're gonna have to hold this, bro." And I just kept beat the first. Ooh, felt good. I'm sorry. I'm in my zone right now. It was a good feeling. So, I mean, I'm enjoying the game personally. I know, Mikey, you got a chance to try it a little bit, and Smile as you did.
Yeah, I played mostly PvE though, and when I did try BR, I did solo, and that's only when it was available during solo. So like, I haven't really had the opportunity of playing it with like someone else. I mean, maybe if I had like a group, it would be more fun. But playing solo, it's a lot different because like when it comes to PUBG, you can actually aim down sights and you can look through a scope and everything. But for Fortnite, it's actually like you're aiming down sights, but it's mostly in third person, so it's not like you have like an accurate shot compared to most VR games. Right. The only thing you can actually look through a scope in is just the sniper, and the snipers are OP as hell if you get one. Like it's like a one-shot kill right there. So
yeah. I mean, especially if you get like a legendary or an epic one. Oh my goodness, yeah, you go down.
But Smiles, that means you have to be able to aim. It could be a one-shot kill, but if you can't aim.
True. You got to be able to hit your shot. Well, I know. All right, Mikey, I know you tried the game because we played last night. What were your thoughts?
Well, it's like PUBG. Sort of. It's like a dumbed down, simple version in a way.
It's basically an arcade PUBG.
But
wait. But you guys can build things, right? That sounds more complicated to me.
You do get to build things, and that seems to really come into play in the end game. Maybe the top, the bottom, or the top 20, the last 20, last 15. Then you have to use your brain, and it's very interesting because that becomes a game in itself where the forts actually do something. Someone has to destroy the other person's fort. Come to it. It really depends on what weapons you have. It's very interesting.
But it's also a smart idea because if you're being shot at and you're like, I need cover, but you don't have cover, you just throw up a wall real quick. But like, it's not like the walls are like super, defensive. It gives you maybe like the person has 3 shots to hit it and then it disappears and breaks. There are some points.
It's a wooden one, for sure.
Yeah, there are some points where like I have seen clips of like people streaming in like groups and they'll build like an entire staircase so high that you cannot see them anymore, and it kind of seems like it's cheating. And I feel like in order for them to like stop people from going to an extent where like they can't get you, maybe they should cut off like the height where you can only go so high and then you have to continue from there, and unless like you guys both just die from the bubble.
I was gonna say, go ahead, Sally. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, that's only if they're in the safe zone, right?
Well, I mean, they could build their way into the safe zone, but here's the beauty of it. I don't know if you guys know this. Those a lot of people do that. They build the stairwells to heaven. Those things can collapse. So if somebody's building that and you shoot anywhere in the if you know that at the top or the middle and you shoot somewhere in the middle, and say they build a brick staircase or a wooden staircase, that thing is falling really fast. You shoot it, the whole thing collapses, and then they just pummel to their death. Of course, you don't get the kill, but I mean, there is a punishment system to that. So I see people doing that, but once they figure out the meta, I feel like once casuals figure out the meta for that, pack it up, they're done. That's it.
I have a question. Do you think it's a lot more like slower for console players to like shift through like how to build things? Because I feel like on PC it'd be faster to go picking like what you want to build as opposed to console, but I would have no idea because I haven't seen console play.
I would have to legit just plug in a controller and see. I think that's the best way to check it out right now, since I'm only on PC right now. Yeah,
I would assume it's slower though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just interesting to see like how this really affects like cross-platform gaming and how people feel about it.
Right.
But that's also the same thing of like people who play Call of Duty on console, and then like even the same thing for Overwatch. Apparently, it's against the rules to connect your keyboard and mouse to your console and play even Call of Duty then, because then they'll ban you off of it. So like either way, I do think it's like it sucks that people have to push an extra button in order to save themselves on console, but
right.
I mean, I guess that's like the benefit for some people for not having, a PC to play on.
I actually think it'd be easier because I'm still learning to play mouse and keyboard, and I'm having a hard time building. Like I can think what I want to do, but it's hard for me to get to the button fast enough to hit Q to bring up the build menu. Then you got to bring up, stairwell, wall, whatever it is, put that. But then let's say you see someone coming across. Oh shit! Now I got to escape out of that, pull out the weapon I want to use against them. So I think it may be easier because on console, I would assume, I don't know, maybe you hit RB, right bumper, left bumper, and that's how you bring up, maybe you just tap it and that brings up the build menu. I don't know.
I think specifically it would probably just be harder for you because you're not used to using keyboard and mouse, and for people who use all 10 fingers on a keyboard constantly are not used to using six fingers on a controller. Like you have so much more mobilization from just using like a keyboard and mouse. But if you're not used to it, then I can understand how you think it would feel slower for yourself.
I just have a standard mechanical keyboard, by the way, so I don't know what these. If you watch some of the top Overwatch or top PUBG players, and they're just whipping out the build menu so quick, and they're building exactly what they want to do, making a fort, making a stairwell, all within a couple seconds. They're making the stairway to heaven on a hillside. It's like they're doing it so damn fast, and I'm like, how are you doing that? Like, are they just are they so in tune with their keyboard, or are they using a special keyboard that I don't know about? Because I just use a standard keyboard. I don't know if that's good or not.
The only thing I can think of is hotkeys, maybe mapping your mouse. Some people have like lots of buttons on their mouse, or they do it so often, Mikey, that it's like memory muscle, just like how you are on console.
I was watching this guy called Grims.
Yeah, Grims with Z's.
And I know he plays PUBG, and he was just building stuff so damn quick, and I'm like, wow, dude, that's on another level. So it becomes when you reach the top 10 or whatever, like him and his squad were constantly doing over and over and over again, that's when building really comes into play. So I wouldn't call Fortnite a clone or anything like a copycat. It's a new addition to this relatively new genre.
Yeah,
because this type of thing's been around for a while, right? Didn't it start in Minecraft as Hunger Games, like a battle royale type thing? GTA has it, but I think Minecraft was the first I've ever heard of it personally.
I know. Speaking Minecraft and Arma.
Yeah, and then it was Arma, an Arma mod, which was called what? DayZ, right?
It was they called it DayZ, yeah. And that was more like a zombie apocalypse mod, and then they kind of made it. And then,
okay.
And then developed the battle royale. And then actually that ended up getting split because H1Z1, which was called something else before that. What was it, World War Z or something like that?
I don't know about that. I just remember
H1Z1. I don't think it was
King of the Hill.
There was a War Z, and then it became H1Z1. Same game, just different name because they got sued because that movie came out. That's what I remember happening. And then it was H1Z1, then they made King of the Kill, which was separate from the regular H1Z1.
Yeah.
And then, so on and so forth. Speaking of which, we talk about similarities, and we brought up PUBG. once again, PUBG seems to see a lot of similarities with Battle Royale and their own game, so much so that they're actually trying to sue, and that was big in the news for like a whole week.
They might, but I don't think nothing's gonna happen.
I think they're only trying to sue because it's based off of the same engine. That's it, and they think that like, oh, because I'm pretty sure PUBG is using Epic's engine, right? And they're like, oh, we are paying to use your engine, but now you're gonna copy what we're doing, and then they got mad. But if you were to think about it, like, everybody's doing BR now, that everyone's gonna start suing everyone. And they can't do that because technically, I mean, unless they're copying like the same coding they're using, then I don't think they're gonna get in trouble for it.
They're using the same engine, the Unreal 4 engine.
Right.
That's the thing. So that's one thing. They're using the same engine. And the other thing was they don't like how in Fortnite's blog they actually used PUBG to promote themselves. Like,
well, they used it as an inspiration.
Yeah, they said, I didn't see anything bad with it. I think that's kind of grasping for straws right there.
Yeah, true. I think they were like inspired, which is something, I don't know. I don't see it as a negative thing.
It's such a small quote. He said, "We love battle royale games like PUBG and thought Fortnite would make a great foundation for our own version." That was the end of the quote. So they didn't. They just don't. What's up?
I'm trying to remember. No, I'm trying to remember. Didn't PlayerUnknown literally do the same thing? I mean, okay, sure. PlayerUnknown worked on H1Z1 as well as Battlegrounds, fine. But didn't PlayerUnknown do the exact same thing with H1Z1 to promote Battlegrounds and say we just put all of the stuff that people enjoy in the Battlegrounds that was missing out of H1Z1? Didn't he do that? I don't even know anymore. Like, this is, but either way, and I agree with Ash on this one. You can't. It's a genre. You can't copyright a genre. And then at that point, you create a monopoly. Look, these battle royale games are hot, whether we like it or not. I mean, that's like if Call of Duty sued everybody that made an FPS before and after Call of Duty. You know, okay, Battlefield got sued, whatever. Like, imagine that. I legit don't think they have a case here.
I don't think we can put a lot of pressure on PUBG themselves because, to be honest, I don't even think it was PUBG who was the one that was saying all this stuff about Fortnite. It was the people developing PUBG. They're the ones that were complaining about it. It wasn't exactly like PUBG was complaining. So, like, they're two separate companies. You know what I mean?
It's Bluehole that did it.
Yeah, there you go.
Not PlayerUnknown, but Bluehole, the group Bluehole, that, because they do the production on PUBG that did it. Okay, good to know. I still don't think they have a case.
Yeah, I think maybe they're a little bit scared because of how these games are really fickle. You know what? They last like a year, and then something else comes along, and all the streamers move to that.
Right.
It's very interesting. So maybe they're scared of that, but.
I have to say, though, it's an interesting marketing technique that Fortnite has taken. I mean, release a free battle royale, right? PvE is still free. I don't know if they're going to make the PvE free as well. I don't know what their end game with this is, but Fortnite had a PvE, and
it will still have one, though, right?
Yeah, it's still there. And I mean, when I boot the game up, I see it, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a full game. You have to buy the game. But then you have this whole PvP mode, which is very well polished. I think there's some things that could be added, but for what it is, it's very well polished and very fun to play. It's just free. I think it's pretty deep because I think it's pretty dope. Excuse me, because I feel like it adds to the PvE, but I don't know.
Dosh, is it or any of you guys who play Fortnite? Do they have transactions? Like mini transactions?
Yeah, they have. Well, in the PvE, they do. They're called llamas, and basically they help you with. Yeah, you have to. It's like a pinata. You just use different kinds of like tools in order to beat the pinata and get something out of it. So like, I mean, it's like a cool, funny little tactic they did. They do have microtransactions, but they're not like heavy based. I guess you can say you don't necessarily need them. You can get stuff in game just by playing and unlocking them, which is like any other thing. But I think people need to realize that, like, even though you can pay for Fortnite right now to play it, it's going to be free to play anyways in 2018. So I mean, I guess in a way maybe Bluehole is a little bit more on the sketchy side because they know they're going to lose people to Fortnite because it's going to be free anyways. And they currently right now, I think they actually hit a couple achievements for hitting over 1 million concurrent players at once, and they're super excited about it. And the fact that this came out, they're like, oh, it's taking away from, you know, our player count.
That's so strange, though.
It did for sure.
Like, they would feel that way?
Well, I mean, if you go to the front page of Twitch, I mean, Fortnite's right there, like number 5. Like almost half, well, yeah, a little under half the people. I'm not going to say left PUBG, but at least they're trying out Fortnite.
Right.
Because it's such an easy transition to make. Like all the hotkeys are all almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
Just a few things I had to rearrange to make it just like PUBG. So,
I think they should see it as like to make their game even better. Like when I worked for Riot, they were welcoming of like new games because they saw it as like, whoa, we need to step up our game. Like, what is Overwatch doing? What is all these other people doing?
Right.
So it's like a healthy competition, if that makes sense, to push each other to make better shit instead of suing each other for something so petty.
I'm looking at the top games. So Fortnite fell down a little bit, but it's League of Legends #1 right now as this recording.
Do you know why?
League of Legends? I mean, it's League of Legends.
No, I was gonna say probably because there's a
because Worlds is happening right now.
Worlds is on, yeah.
Yeah.
Worlds is happening.
And then this is out of the ordinary, Call of Duty World War II, but it's a free open beta on PC, so that kind of doesn't count.
So it's new stuff.
PUBG with 43,000 people. Then you got all the nerdy games, Hearthstone, World of Warcraft. The IRL's blowing up. IRL's number 6. Then you got Dota, Counter-Strike, and then finally Fortnite. That's the top 9. That's very considerable. So 20,000 people on Fortnite and 40,000 people on PlayerUnknown. So, and it's free. It's free. It's a good free game. It's actually really good and really polished. So this may be good for PUBG, the PUBG people. Do you think there's a chance PUBG will be free?
Never.
No.
Never.
No. I paid my $30.
See? No. So if you're like this little kid who mommy won't give you money for a game, you know, like what are you gonna do? You know, like it's a free game right there.
And what's funny too is PUBG has microtransactions too. All cosmetic, of course, but that's a thing. I find it funny that the new business model, I guess mostly because these companies started getting in trouble for it, is free game, microtransaction for cosmetics. We were talking about Dauntless last week. And that was the same business model that they had. Release a founder's pack for anybody that wants to get it early and support, then create these little cosmetic microtransactions for dances and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? It's interesting.
Everybody's doing it.
Fortnite did do a lot of stuff good though. Like there's no going prone, so you can't hide in the grass.
Right. So they flattened out the grass anyway, which is great too.
You can't go. I mean, you can crouch, but it doesn't really seem to help too often in too many situations.
Right.
And the only hiding you can really do is hide in a building. That's kind of it. And that's one thing I don't like about PUBG. I have to dumb down my graphics to be competitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems so, and Fortnite seems a little more fast paced. Like the fog or whatever.
Yeah. I think it's because the map is smaller too. Like if PUBG has a freaking ginormous map compared to like Fortnite. It's literally like this small little town area.
Anyways, for me, I just find it as a game just to kind of fool around with it now and then, but I don't see any long term. You know, it's just like a Tinder date to me. So I don't see any future there.
Oh man.
Anyways, so that has those games are pretty much hoping to live off of microtransactions.
Hey, but they get away with it. It somehow still works. No, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't buy any of the llamas, but I went through a company and they actually ended up giving the game to me for free, and I was like, all right, cool. I get to play it and everything, and then I ended up enjoying it so much. I was like, I need more. So I went in and I bought like the most expensive version by adding on to what I already had. So technically, I guess you can say I paid for it, but I you know, I fell for it. Like, and then after that, I stopped playing.
So the campaign, or what is, like, is it like a horde mode? Like,
Yeah, basically.
So it's like it's 4-player co-op against a bunch of zombies. Is that it?
Well, they send you to different areas. There, I guess, depending on your energy level, you can go to different areas. But like at the beginning, at first, it's like you going into a town, collecting resources, helping do like small mini quests or doing things that actually help benefit you by, you know, once you finish a small mini quest, then you get like either a weapon or like some upgrades. And after that, you move on to like the next energy level, and you keep going from there to different places. It's like there's like I think maybe 5 to 10 different maps. But when you're at your own base specifically, it is like a horde mode. It's like a wave of zombies. You have to keep killing them, and then you have to protect your base from being, you know, destroyed. So it's like multiple different things. It's both horde mode and also like being able to go out, collect resources, and help build stuff.
Well, that sounds pretty fun, actually. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any gameplay, but the idea sounds really cool. We had a little celebration. Did you guys know this? So before microtransactions, before piñatas, before llamas, before supply packs, before loot crates, before pre-order game rewards, do you know what happened 10 years ago? September 25th, this iconic game came out.
Okay.
Was it Minecraft?
Dang, you guys don't even know. You guys already forgot. You guys already forgot about the year 2007. 10 years ago, Halo 3 dropped.
Oh yeah, finish the fight. That's right.
It made $12 million, which was pretty damn insane considering it was on just the freaking, I was going to say Xbox, on the Xbox. Sadly, they never recovered from that. That was the end of that era. That was the end of it.
Didn't they do Halo Reach after that?
Well, yeah, they did.
Okay, it made $9 million. That was good. They made $9 million.
I think they did ODST and Halo Reach. Something I don't know, but that just goes to show. I mean, that franchise was dope, and that really shows the power of Halo 2. Because Halo 2, that was the first. I mean, Halo was already sick, but the very first one didn't have online. Second one did, and it was ridiculous. And then people were hyped. They were like, "A new Halo, Xbox 360? What?" Man, it was a good game though. It was.
It basically brought what PC nerds have been doing for a while, you know, LAN play, and it just fucking gave LAN play to the masses. Online multiplayer, like, wow, that was just the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
And then the next time was 2009 Halo Wars. They went from 12 million to 2.6 million.
Yeah, that was bad. It was a RTS on console. Like, who wanted that?
I didn't touch it. I was not interested in that.
Halo 3 ODST was 6 million. Halo Reach was 9 million, and then Halo Reach was that was mixed. I liked it, but a lot of people didn't.
I thought it was okay. It's because I think that's when they first introduced like powers.
Yeah.
And that's why people freaked out.
Halo 4 was hyped. That made 9 million, and then Halo 5 made 5 million. But they never hit those numbers like Halo 3, 12 million. But 2007, that's when things changed, because that's when COD 4 came out. 2007, COD 4 came in with 17 million. And 17 million is great, but that's Xbox, PlayStation, and PC.
Yeah.
Whereas Halo made all their money on one console. They should have. I don't know. It's kind of weird because we went from liking space stuff to now we wanted gritty combat kind of first person type thing. And Call of Duty went 60 frames per second. That was pretty much unheard of because Halo didn't do that till the Xbox came out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And yeah, then Call of Duty went on a run until now. Now it's kind of I mean, it's not dead or anything.
But it's just like you said. Well, actually, Sally said PUBG kind of came around, and surprisingly enough, that did tap the fan base. It's crazy.
I mean, Call of Duty's. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and when PUBG releases on console, you never know what's gonna happen.
Right.
I mean, COD's a decade old. I mean, I think they've had a pretty damn good lifespan.
Yeah.
It's like a household name. Like every year or twice a year, you'll get Black Ops something, and then you'll get a Modern Warfare, another Call of Duty game all the time.
Well,
Black
all right.
Ops
So
3 did good.
I feel like this is my opinion. I think Call of Duty will be fine. And this sounds weird, but I think Call of Duty will still get those numbers again if they just stop making Call of Duties for a little while. Just the reason why I feel like people miss the boots to the floor stuff is because it was an oversaturation of everybody flying around. And, let's reverse that. When people wanted something fresh at the time, there was nothing but World War II Call of Duty games, Soldier of Fortune,
Band of Brother, or was it Brotherhood or Brother Band of something?
Band of whatever, Battlefield. I mean, bunch
Medal
of
of
World
Honor.
War II games. So they were like, all right, well, we want something different. And then Modern Warfare, right? And then everyone wanted to do something modern, and then they went into space. I feel like one of the issues, by the way, that Halo had was Halo was already far ahead of everybody. It was different. When Halo's tried to be like everything else at that point, or I should specifically say Call of Duty, that's when things got kind of rough for me, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I need to see some more metrics, but I feel like that was the issue. It had like an identity crisis. It was no longer Halo. It was Halo of Duty. It was like, who wanted to play that, really?
I feel like they were trying to beat each other, though. That was the thing.
Yeah,
they were like mixing each other into each game, and then all of a sudden it was just going downhill from there. Because once it was like boots off ground, then that's when everyone was like, "Oh, we just like this new Call of Duty. We want like OG classic."
Right, and then get this. After that, Destiny came out, and although, okay, say what you want about Destiny 1. Destiny 1 offered a bit of substance that Halo couldn't do, which was the MMO aspect. And with Destiny 2 coming out, all of the things that they kind of missed on the first one, they got right. So that game is going to stay in popularity. That's just going to hurt Halo more. And that's the space game that we need, and that's it. I don't think anybody else wants to play another space game. So if another Call of Duty flying around game came out, it's like, I'm not really interested. I'd rather just stick with Destiny at this point. So I think this is a great opportunity. It's like, all right, well, there hasn't been many World War II games as of late. Wolfenstein, I never count that, by the way. I never count Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein is its own beast. Wolfenstein is World War II Doom in a zombie apocalypse. Something different, So now they have a chance to kind of bring it back and recapture the thrill that made it good. I think it's dope. I think it's dope that they're going back to this, and I'm glad Call of Duty is doing it. Now, with that said, I think they need to just do this one and then just stop for a little while. And then
I don't think they will stop though, Dosh.
Of course not. They got to print money. That's how it goes. I just think it would be better for their brand if they did. No, I agree with you though.
No, the top CEOs that don't understand gaming, they're just all about money. It's always
about
like
money, yeah.
But the thing is that
marketing.
The thing is people, like, no matter what comes out, even if it is a Call of Duty, it's like the most disgusting Call of Duty they've ever seen, people are still gonna buy it. Like, people, they're still gonna fall for it and still buy it.
Right. And that just ruins the brand's integrity, unfortunately. I mean, we already see it. So, I mean, there you go.
I don't know, like, think about the kids that grew up on Call of Duties that are now parents. They're like, oh, I like Call of Duty. I'm just going to buy it for my kids. It's like the go-to game to get your kid. It's
Right.
like,
That's
like I said, that's a household
That's
name.
their problem in the first place. They shouldn't even be buying them Call of Duty. Like, even if
True.
they're like 13 years old, they should be buying them like something within their age gap. And I'm not saying like they shouldn't be able to play Call of Duty. I'm just saying like there's certain things that we should learn to teach people to do at that specific age. Like at some point, maybe if you're old enough, then you can do something. Because I see like 13-year-olds thinking they're like grown adults, and I'm like, no, you're not. It doesn't mean.
You know what they should have? Here's what I think. I think more children should play dating simulators at a young age. I think that's better.
Honestly, if you were to put like. Good. If you were to put education inside a video game and then give it to them, they would play it. But if you were to
like math classes, I grew up on math classes.
If you put them inside a classroom and like have a teacher teach them, they're like, this is boring. But like I guess in some way, if they can get like a game based off of education and teach it to people, I feel like, and you can interact with it, then I feel like people would probably like want to learn more.
So wait, all right, question. What would you think about a Math Blasters Battle Royale? Tell me that's not fire.
Holy
I just thought of that right now, son.
Crazy. But
let's
can you
go.
imagine?
1 + 1 = headshot.
In order to do to fight people, you have to answer the questions as fast as possible.
Hey yo, I'm telling you, everybody that knows algebra, top tier. I'm telling you, hype. Print my money. Let's go. Player unknown, holla at your boy.
Yeah, when you guys were like in elementary school or in like middle school, did you ever have those classes where like they would give you video games, and it had like I don't remember what they're called, but they were so fun, and I used to play them all the time on the computer. It was actually like educational, like video games, and like in order to get
I
to the
know what
next
you're
place,
talking about.
you had
I know
to
what you're
answer
talking about.
questions and learn and stuff like that. That was actually pretty dope. I would do that
Don't
again.
remember what they're called, but I only remember Math Munchers. But I know what you're talking about, Smileys.
Yeah, they
I
used to
never
have
had
like a full
those.
selection of them. It was actually pretty dope.
Yeah, I never had those. Actually, the only reason why we had video games on computers was at the time. I guess I'm older than y'all a little bit. So yeah, at the time when we had them, it was to teach you how to use a computer, and that was it. That was all. So the games that we had were just to, all right, this is how you use a keyboard. This is how you do this. These are the cool things you can do with all of these features. It wasn't too thought out. Like I got lucky when I got my first PC game, which was Commander Keen. Yeah, I just aged myself. That was cool. But no, other than that, I mean, in classrooms, they didn't really know what video games were other than like Mortal Kombat. And like, oh, that's gruesome. They didn't even know you could put games on the computer. So my school system was lost.
Well, I remember why kids that are that young would get Call of Duty. Remember what Mikey would say? The little Timmy needs a babysitter. Here you go,
I mean,
Call of Duty.
what does COD stand for? Child Online Daycare.
That's pretty good.
I mean, you pay. Would you rather do? Pay $60 for a game, or you gotta pay $30-$40 a day for a nanny babysitter? It's cheaper. Just put
True.
little Timmy in front of the computer or the video game screen.
True.
They're
That's
gonna
where
rot
some
their
little
mind,
kids on
dude.
there.
No,
I
you got a
think-
good point.
Another thing is, aren't a lot of pro COD gamers young as well?
I think
don't
most pro
know.
players in general are young. Like the even the Counter-Strike demographic, they're young. The new pros, they're pretty young. I mean, I'm not talking about like Virtus Pro and them. Those are OGs, but like the other teams are like, I think the oldest probably is like 25. Everybody else is like 18, 20. You know what I mean?
I've noticed that.
Mikey,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the Scump, he started he couldn't even play legally. He had to get his mom to come to the Modern Warfare 3 tournament.
Right.
And I think he was like 15 or 16. Like, and he's not old enough to buy the damn game.
Right.
So, but now, he's, 25 or whatever. But I don't know, like, what's the highest paying game right now? Is it Dota or what?
I still think it's League of Legends.
League of Legends?
Nah, Dota pays more than League. But I do know Dota pays more than League. But
How old are those guys?
It also depends on like the company you're with, not the company, but the
Team?
person, the team, yeah, team.
Yeah, I don't follow that. Huh?
Oh no, I was gonna say you don't even have to follow League. Even in Call of Duty, I'm pretty sure there's some teams that get ripped off because they don't get paid or something or get snuffed.
Well, there's a couple ones that make a lot of bread, but that's just kind of because of their affiliations. They might not have anything directly to do with Call of Duty, just the brand itself. For example, like Envious, they do a lot of marketing on the side specifically to push the game, so their paychecks will be a lot bigger than say somebody like I don't even know. I guess FaZe, but even FaZe makes a pretty decent amount.
The tournaments are just a small portion of the income. Really, it's all sponsorships.
Yeah, it is all
Correct.
sponsorships.
It's kind of like boxing in that sense. That's why boxers are just plastered in all kinds of brands. Because the actual tournament, the fight, yes, of course, it's going to pay something decent. But really, it's as far as gamers are concerned, it's streaming and G Fuel or whatever headset they're pimping at or whatever it is.
Right.
That's the majority of the income. Vlogging, in the case of FaZe, they've a lot of them have switched to vlogging because Call of Duty has been sucking, and quick scopes can only be entertaining for so long.
At this point, I think professionals are more paid off of being influencers than they are actually playing in tournaments now, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
That's the time we live in. I told people this
Yeah.
a long time ago, especially in the FGC. I was like, listen, build the brand, do it now, because your game might die. I know this from experience. Who talks about Virtual Fighter anymore? Yet I'm still relevant. Build a brand. That way you can still keep your influence, even if your game dies. For like, for
Well,
example,
you better win first. You better be in top 5 or whatever Shidosha
well,
was.
of course, but no, okay, duh, obviously. I mean, sure, that's the point. But I mean, that's what I meant though. There's a lot of people who play these games and they're really good at them and they're winning. Then the game dies, or they get older and their reactions become slower, or they just lose interest in the game. And then what? The sponsors only go so far with you. If you build a brand that can still market and promote something, or you build some kind of icon that sticks, no matter how detached from the game you go. If you can't do those things, you're gonna be hurt when the sponsors leave. You gotta build a brand and push it out. So yeah, I mean, I honestly saw that coming, specifically with Call of Duty players once that happened, because truthfully, if we're honest about it, Call of Duty as an esport was never really a thing. Like, it happened, but nobody cared. People watched Nate Shot, people watched Scumpy, people watched Envious, and so on. Astro and everybody. Like, those players specifically were big deals, but the tournament themselves, nobody cared, and that's kind of the reason why Nate Shot and the rest get a lot more people on their side to market and push and promote stuff, because that's who they're watching, not the tournament, but the people. Whereas something like Counter-Strike, which people absolutely love, people love Counter-Strike, they pay the sponsors specifically, they pay the teams a little bit more, because if a team does better, that means there's more time on camera, more time you see their logo on your shirt. So that's the reason why they get bigger paychecks, by the way. And so, I mean, you want to build something good, or you're just going to be stuck. My recommendation to players.
So, but yeah, happy 10th anniversary, Halo.
You sound so happy.
I mean, it was cool. I mean, people still stream it, right? Doesn't one of your whose friend was it? We had a guy on here that streamed Halo still.
Alumni, or Ninja.
Ninja, is he still doing that?
Ninja's been doing
a
Battle
pro
Royale
player for 3 games.
But he carried it for a long time, at least up until 1 year ago.
Yeah,
he was still, he
still plays Halo though. I know he competes still. I think
he's a competitive player for Halo.
Royale money. Like, he gets invited to PUBG and H1Z1 invitationals all the time. He just won at a
Gamescom.
Yeah, he won Gamescom. The Golden Pan. We got to get him on the show and talk about that, because that was flames.
So yeah, Halo did start a whole revolution of console gaming, multiplayer. It was amazing, and I think Call of Duty built on it for a while, and then now it's just all over the place as far as shooters go. I think Overwatch took it to the next level.
Yeah.
Although Overwatch did borrow from Team Fortress, I feel, right? That class-based.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Even the color style, the play.
I mean, everyone borrows from everybody, but they
mostly draw inspiration from another game, because I don't think anything can ever be original anymore.
But see, the thing about Halo though, it blew people's minds. What has blown your mind in the last 5 years? Like, wow, holy shit, this is gaming. What has done that to you?
In my opinion, I can't think of anything, dude.
I can't think of anything either.
I hear good things about VR, but it's kind of expensive, right? That's not like what everyone could just hop into. But I always hear good things about it, and I think that may be the next thing, where we're just all plugged into these VR headsets and we're just wasting away. But inside, we can be whoever we want to be.
This could be like the
Matrix.
Matrix.
Are you guys hyped for that?
The Matrix?
Real quick.
Huh?
The Matrix.
Are we hyped? Like, I mean,
are you guys hyped for VR? Honestly, me personally, I am not.
You see it in lots of movies. All kinds of movies talk about it and show it, where people are just living inside this virtual world, and then in real life, they're just disgusting and smelly. And I don't think that'll happen.
But I don't think it's gonna happen in our lifetime, where we actually plug our minds into the system, if you know what I mean. Like VR, I think it's kind of gimmicky.
Don't say that, because if you were to think about it, in 2005, we had TVs that had huge backs behind them, and if you were to look at it now, they're so thin, it's literally like a wall.
Yeah.
To see from 10 years ago and seeing 10 years ahead of us from now. We have no idea what technology is going to happen, because there's so many things that we have our hands on that we never thought we would ever do.
Actually, it's because of that reason right there that I think VR is pointless Right there. That's the exact reason. I think VR is already outdated. There's so much technology, especially because Sally just said plugged in. I don't think virtual reality when I think plugged in and all that other stuff. I think augmented reality. That is going to be the new item. I will push AR all day over VR. I think VR is already too bulky. You have to be plugged into something. Yeah, it's too analog. Believe it or not, I feel like virtual reality has too much of an analog feel. You need all these wires and doohickeys. You got to be strapped on and sat into something. It's not practical enough to go outside with you. You can't take VR outside with you.
Whereas, I know it's primitive. It's like those big ass TVs like Becca's talking about.
Right. And I mean, think of mobile gaming, think of handheld gaming, right? All those things to be taken with you. So they're blowing up. Augmented reality. I mean, hell, even the iPhone 10's trying to do augmented reality right now. The what is it? The 3DS tried augmented reality. I think that is the new hotness. I think VR is outdated, and it's sad because Oculus and all of these other people are trying to push this gimmick. I think it would be good for amusement parks, but I mean, if we're talking about the new practical thing in our society that we're gonna take with us, I'm 1,000% with augmented reality. I think that's gonna be the real thing, not VR.
But if you were to think about it, like for me specifically, I did try VR for the PlayStation, and I thought it was dope. Like I was able to, get a whole new feeling and explore inside Resident Evil 7, and it was pretty dope. I loved it. But the thing is like I specifically do not feel like I should be spending $500 to $700 on a VR headset, especially when it's basically the same thing as a Switch. Like when the VR headset launched, there was like no games for it. When the Switch launched, it's really pointless to buy something in the beginning lifespan of it when there's nothing out for it. So like the games for VR, like there's maybe like 1 or 2 games. Like maybe let's say the Rick and Morty virtual reality. Like I think that's pretty dope. Other than that, there's like maybe 2 or 3 other ones, and everything is just kind of unpolished. Like it's not finished. It's just kind of like a teaser. So currently right now, I think it's pointless. And I think in the future, because technology is going to enhance, there's going to be a few new games and a new technology for the VR itself. They're going to be able to upgrade it. So it's pointless right now. You might as well, if you're going to buy something and you're going to spend a lot of money on it, you might as well get the best instead of spending like so much money now for something that's going to be outdated.
My question is, if we do augmented reality, do you think we have to plug it into our brains?
No. I think, and this is funny because I think this was ahead of its time. You remember Star Wars and how they used to get they would get like those little data chips or whatever, and then they could watch the videos and it would pop up in a hologram.
Oh yeah.
The projection will legit be like that, and then from there it's just a matter of installing motion controls here and there, which is something that, I mean, that technology's been around since forever. That traction movement, that stuff has been around since forever. So
weren't they already working on, like, I know it's only in like the medical profession right now currently, but they were like putting chips underneath people's skins in order to monitor like their heart rate, their the blood flow to organs and stuff like that. I mean, with the fact that they're doing that now to the body, maybe in like 10 years from now, they can be adding like many different things, and eventually we'll turn into like robots or something. But I mean, there's like the idea of like, there's so many things that can happen and we just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
It's just too damn expensive, that VR. But I think that's it. I haven't even tried it, but I could just like imagine being inside an RPG world. That would be amazing to me.
Yeah. It's fun, by the way. For the record, I do want to say I find VR fun.
Do you get a headache? Do your eyes hurt after a while?
No, I mean with the tech that's out now. No, I mean but I'm from Virtual Boy days, right? With everything.
Oh God, so, Virtual Boy.
Yeah, I came from that era of VR. But I mean, yeah, it was all red, yeah. But that was VR, remember?
It was. I don't know. That gave me a headache.
Yeah, that was bad. No, when the VR is done well, it feels real. It does feel like you're in it. It definitely feels like you're immersed.
Wait. Did you ever do any VR for science stuff?
Go away. I'm done with you. What time is it over bed?
I was actually I was actually thinking about it. Can you guys imagine if like maybe the VR companies and movie theaters actually got in contact with each other? Because you know how they used to do like 3D movies and you would have to wear like the old school glasses. I was thinking about it. If they wanted to give them a more like immersive kind of like experience when it comes to movies, I think VR for like movie theaters would be pretty dope. So it feels like you're actually in the movie too.
Oh, hey, that could be a solution. So you just pay for the ticket, so you don't have to drop $500 on the headset. You could just go to a VR movie. Well, that'd be kind of weird. A VR movie?
I literally spoke to a rep about this at Facebook and said, why, with the way pricing is going now and everybody's trying to cheat the system, why aren't you guys putting this stuff in amusement parks and movie theaters? I said this. I 1,000% agree with that too. That's what it should be. And who else can afford this but big companies? Yeah.
It would have to be
consumers can afford this.
Oh, like
I mean, it might be a little bit more expensive if you were to go to the movies and use a VR headset, but I do think that if a company that, like Vive or anything else, the Oculus, if they were to put their headset specifically inside a movie theater and they were to charge like a percentage per each, ticket of someone being using it, then I think that would be pretty dope, because then they would earn something else back in the end and their headsets would still be used instead of like, how expensive they are. But I would assume the only reason, maybe this is one of the reasons they don't want to do it, is because of germs and how much like the process of having to clean each headset after they're done with the movie and then like, doing it all over again for the rest of the day.
They should just ask porn stars. They manage to clean glory holes pretty good. So I don't think that's an issue.
Well, my thing is, it is a good idea. I think if they charge a premium for it, sure. But my only thing is just they would have to specifically have movies that circles around like how it gets into perspective. Because if you're sitting in one area in the movie, it has to be designed where you're like the sidekick or something. It has to be specifically shot for VR. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
No, I can completely understand, but it's also like how like most movies now, how they try to copy like the Paranormal Activity, where it's like them holding the camera specifically for themselves. Mm-hmm. Like I think if they were to make a movie based off of like that, they're the actual camera, then it would kind of like be able to fit in their perspective. Yeah. But anything else, I think it would be a little bit more harder, because like if you're looking around and like maybe they have some cameras specifically that are for that. Like if you're looking around and you see the things that are behind you. Or the things that are in front of you. But the thing is like if you miss something that's happening in front of you, then like how do you go back and watch it?
Can make scary movies kind of more scarier.
Yeah, because it's the the immersion of feeling like you're actually in it.
Dosh, how you doing on time?
I got 15 minutes.
Yeah, he's got to bounce in 15 minutes.
Sorry, I got another podcast. I love you guys.
That's cool. But I think that's gonna be the next big thing that makes us go, wow. But it's just too damn expensive, and I feel like we're living in the olden times right now. With the big ass TVs. That's what we have. VRs with all these wires and backpacks. Like, maybe a decade from now it'll just be like wearing a cap or something. You know what I mean?
But
they'll look at it and they'll be like, wow, you had all those wires, Daddy? You had all that stuff? We just have some glasses you put on.
Is wireless going to be efficient though? Like, because I know they have like the latency and everything when it comes to VR.
If you showed a wallpaper, literally they have wallpaper TVs now. If you show that to yourself 20 years ago, or went back to Benjamin Franklin's day and said, yo, Ben Franklin, bloop, that's a TV. And he'll be like, what the, how?
Kind of like, what's a TV? Why are these people in the box?
Yeah, like it would blow his mind. So maybe 10 years from now, it'll just be a pair of sunglasses and we're going to be like, huh? How?
They'd just be watching TV on the go, like literally from like inside a bus or like in the car.
So yeah. So you guys have watched VR. Have you seen any, naughty things on there or not?
I think the only person you would ask is Shadosha for this one.
I don't know.
We already know what we already know Shadosha did.
Oh my!
Wait, God. Have you?
Did you?
I have. Listen, I go to conventions quite often.
Wait, they were showing it at a convention?
Yeah, there are many of them. I haven't actually checked them out though. I was gonna do some for science, but then I was like, you know what? No, I have enough rumors spread about me that I'm not even gonna do that. I still
Wait,
can't shake
hold
the foot.
on. Hold on. Was it the Anime Expo that it was at?
That was one place. No, that wasn't the place though. That was a place where it was.
I was just gonna ask if you were watching
was on
hentai on
display.
it. I was just asking.
No, oh my god.
Well, we know you
I've
watch
seen
porn.
those.
This
You
is
can't, like-
this is where rumors come from, and I like it. I'm okay with it. I rock with it. I hate you both.
I have seen those guys that go to the conventions and people have filmed them from the outside, and I seen a guy grabbing a virtual anime girl's boobs. Like he was reaching out his hand, he was virtually playing with them.
See, that's my problem with it. You know what I mean? That's legit my problem. They ain't real. I gotta grab a real titty.
No,
It
this
just
is what
feels
happens.
different.
But it
You-
can show
you
boys who
grab
don't the.
No, Dosha, you can always get like fake boobs, so it feels like you're actually grabbing a real
Why
one.
do I want fake boobs when I can get real boobs? That's like me drinking fake milk when I can get real titty. That don't make no sense, Sally.
I mean, you probably end up grabbing some boobs that are implants anyway, so that's still fake.
No.
Please.
I can tell the difference. See again, visual reference. I do my homework. Smileys, I don't like you.
Now that you say you do your homework, I'm kind of questioning how much time you spend on this homework.
I mean, I go outside. Okay, leave me alone.
Wow, he pulled the outside card.
I go outside.
I know,
That's why
dude,
I found
I'm
out about the real ones.
insulted.
See, you only get the fake ones inside. I go outside because I like the real deal Holyfield. See what I gotta go through? Game chat. Do you guys see this? I just want y'all to know. And I like these two. They do me dirty.
We should mention something
like it
briefly.
dirty.
You know, you have now people have the ability to watch virtual reality erotic material. And you know who pioneered that type of stuff?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well, not
Hugh
exactly, but yeah, Hugh
Hefner.
Hefner.
Well, not exactly, but he kicked off the sexual resolution where you can order stuff online. Did you know that it was illegal to get Playboy magazines through the mail? And he had to go to court for that.
wow.
He was arrested. Hugh Hefner, who died at 91, but he died yesterday or 2 days ago.
No, it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, for
As
people
of this
watching-
podcast yesterday, yeah. Wednesday.
In 1963, he was arrested on charges of publishing and circulating obscene material. Playboy magazine. So you couldn't even, that those freaky toys that you guys get online. He helped pioneer that, so it's okay. All right, those freaky foot toys, Kardashian blow-up dolls. You couldn't do that without Hugh. He did that. He made it okay for women to share their beautiful bodies for us. Okay, he
Yeah,
made that
you know,
okay.
he made Playboy was like accepted somewhere along the line. If you modeled for it, you'd be set for life instead of being shamed for doing something quote unquote slutty, right?
Mhm.
What was interesting?
I think it's a big deal because back in the day, people were really like, closed up about sex and showing your body and being modest. So it kind of
I have
opened
to
up.
say though, like throughout the lifespan of Playboy, one thing that I appreciated about it was that Playboy was pretty big on not just obviously having look, all right, sex sells, and this was to get men to start reading, but it had a lot of really good and fun like stories and points of view from women inside those magazines as well. The things that got overlooked because everybody just wanted to see half a piece of titty, but if you actually read the magazines, you would pick up a lot of intellectual conversations and just ideas and thoughts. It was, Hefner did something huge. He created a major platform that got overlooked just because people really bought it for the sex. It was dope.
Oh yeah, those articles. When I would sneak into my daddy's room and look under his bed, the first thing I did was, well, gotta read these articles. Put the magazine back.
My time is up. I'm finished with you people.
All right, Dosh. Dosh, I know you got to peace out. So what's going on with you? What is cooking? Where can we see you? What is going on? What are you playing? What's going on with you?
All right, so I got hit up for a few events in October. I know there's
Nice.
the Cuphead is coming out. I think either this weekend or next weekend. I know there's going to be a party in
Cuphead.
Los Angeles. Yeah, it's an indie game.
It actually
I'm
comes out
looking
tomorrow.
forward to it. Oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. Tell us
Yeah,
about
so
it
I
real
think
quick.
So I think the game drop. I don't know too much about it, so I'm gonna hold that out. But I know the game drops tomorrow.
It looks like a cartoon from the 50s.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks like an old Mickey Mouse cartoon. So that's coming out, and there's gonna be a like a launch party for that. So I was invited there. TwitchCon is coming up, and I have decided that I will grind to show up. I know people wanted to see me. A couple of people wanted to do some meet and greets. So I will make an appearance. If anybody who listens to the game chat is going to Game Lounge, it's not Game Lounge, the TwitchCon, excuse me. Anyone from game chat is going to TwitchCon, I will be there for that as well. And then other than that, 6 p.m. Pacific every day, I am streaming some video juegos. Right now, the game of the day is Fortnite, though. So there you go. And you know, that's
below it. Or with the URLs, what's the best way to keep up all your stuff on your Twitter or where's?
Yeah, Twitter's the best. Twitter, Instagram, best way to find me. Twitter, Twitch,
Shadosha.
Instagram, I should say. Yeah, all of that. Shadosha, and I am Shadosha.
And links in bio, link down below, all that stuff.
That's right.
So I think we're gonna talk just for a little bit longer, Dosh. But I know you got to peace out. You want to pimp out the thing you're gonna be on, or nah?
Oh yeah, I'd love to tell you guys. So this is grab the information real fast so y'all know. I'm gonna be on an esports podcast.
Oh.
It is pretty dope. It happened randomly. I got selected. I'll tell you guys real quick how I got selected. I was actually at PAX West and I was playing Tekken at the Microsoft office. And you know, somebody told me you just get on the sticks and play. I was like, that'd be a bad idea. I'll body everybody. And I did. So after that, I guess some people of influence were there and they saw that I was there and I was back on the scene. They were like, all right, we need you on Roster Mania. So the podcast I'm going to be on is hosted by a former Gears of War professional, now esports aficionado, Mr. NJ Cubano, and it's called Roster Mania. You guys can check that out. There'll be a link for that too. So that'll be recorded and all that stuff.
Link in bio. Bye, Doge. Thanks for time. Bye.
He just kicked him out the door. Bye.
I didn't kick him. He's still right here.
Now, before I go, I want y'all to know, don't listen to Alymew and Smileys. I am a good, kind-hearted, well-collected, woman-respecting man. I just know these things because if I don't, Sally and Smileys will yell at me, and now they brand me a perp. I'm just clearing the air here, okay?
Dude, we freaking love you. What do you mean?
Yeah.
All right, well, please keep all the feet stuff going. I love it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
All right, later. I mean, it's going on an hour, so we got to wrap it up anyways. The only thing that we didn't talk about was COD World War II PC beta open right now live. Ends October 2nd. Are you girls playing it or nah?
I'm going to be playing it right after this podcast.
Yeah, you're not a COD player. You quit. You quit in BO2, right?
Yeah, I technically quit Black Ops 3 because I bought that. And when I played it, I didn't like the wall riding.
Okay, so you're just playing it because it's free, just to check it out?
I'm playing it because it's free on PC.
Okay, but if you like it, would you?
There might be a chance of me buying it. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm gonna play the fudge out of it, but it will probably not be on PC. I will play the beta, but just to check it out, just to see what it's like, just to have some fun, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see me being a PC streamer. So what are your plans with it? Just check it out and see what goes on.
Yeah, I wanted to just check it out and see if it's good. If it's really good, I'm gonna consider what platform I'm gonna get it on because I own
PS4.
all three. I wouldn't mind.
Honestly, I feel like it's best bet to buy it on the PS4 anyways because you know they get everything first still.
First, yeah.
But I mean, for the most part, I started on the Xbox One, but then I switched over to the PS4. And it's probably the best decision I made. I have not bought a game for the Xbox One in like, I'd say about a year maybe. So I've just been sticking to one thing.
It has been a while. Dude, we didn't even talk about, okay, so we're all going to play it. Links to everyone's Twitches down below. I have very high hopes for this game. I can tell you it did not annoy me. Whereas Infinite Warfare really annoys me. Black Ops 3 slightly annoys me with things like Velcro suits where you stick to your teammates. Very annoying. COD World War II, I've only played a lot of the beta. It didn't annoy me. It did not annoy me. You do have to slow down though. There is an unlimited sprint. You do have to slow your roll. And I kind of appreciate that. I have very high hopes for it. So let's see what happens. And Becca, you played it.
Yeah, I was actually playing it right before this podcast
How do you
on
feel
PC.
about it? Good high hopes, hypes. How do you feel?
For specifically for PC, it's very graphic intensive. So like if it automatically like has everything on high settings. So once you start it up, you literally have to lower everything to low, and it looks the same. I mean, for the most part, it did feel kind of wonky to me. I know it's kind of like because I'm not used to playing on like PC, obviously, but it just didn't feel the same. And if you were to use a controller, if you're very comfortable with using a controller over a keyboard and mouse, it doesn't have like auto assist, like it doesn't have the aim assist, so like it kind of just feels like it feels very loose, like it doesn't feel comfortable. So you would have to like focus on using a keyboard and mouse if you're gonna play it on PC.
Yeah, there is controller support, so you can plug in your controller and it will support it, but you're not gonna get aim assist.
Yeah, it feels gross. I'm not
So-
gonna lie to you, it feels disgusting. So
I
I've
mean,
just kind of been. I was getting to
mean-
the point I was like, I'm gonna install this already, and it's only open beta. I'd rather play it on console, to be honest, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I downloaded it. I'm gonna try it out, see what it's like. It's free. Who cares? But yeah, I'm gonna be on PS4, and then eventually, once things slow down, then I'll eventually want to come hang out on Xbox because I know literally half my viewers on Xbox, and I like playing with people, and it's fun. Dude,
I was
we didn't
actually
talk
gonna
about-
ask you earlier too, if you thought about with World War II going back to its roots, if you thought it was actually gonna help the the franchise itself, or if it was actually just gonna kill it. Not kill it necessarily, but like boost it compared to what it has been doing. Because I know IW actually recently, they ended up putting like small game modes in order to boost its player count by adding in gesture warfare. I didn't try it. I didn't care for it, but
I mean, it's first person, 60 frames per second, shooting people.
Is it 60 FPS?
Not it 60 frames. It's been that way for a freaking decade. Nothing has changed. Nothing.
I didn't even know it was
different
60. I thought it
streaks.
was 30.
No, it's always been 60. What are you talking about? That was a big deal. It's been that way for a decade. 60 frames per second. That's how it killed Halo, because Halo's been stuck at 30.
My mind's
How
kind of
did you-
blown.
I don't know how you have not noticed this.
I don't know. I guess
But
I
yeah,
don't pay
dude.
attention to frame rate because unless I'm playing on a PC, you can totally
I
tell the
do.
difference on
My-
PC when it's 30 to
my-
60.
My eyes are so sensitive. That's why I can't play Destiny 2 on console no more. It hurts my brain.
Oh,
It hurt. Yeah. So, that's why I'm getting it on PC probably eventually. So will this save Call of Duty? I don't know about that.
I don't think
mean,
save, but it helped boost its
I think
player
it might
count.
help people who gave up on Call of Duty when Black Ops 3 came out.
I can tell you this campaign looks freaking amazing, like a movie, like Saving Private Ryan quality. It looks freaking amazing. I can tell you that much. But can a campaign save Call of Duty? I don't think so. But the campaign looks amazing. I will definitely be playing it first thing I do, which hasn't happened in a long time. Didn't play Infinite Warfare's campaign. Didn't play Black Ops 3 campaign. Yeah, I just went straight to multiplayer. This will be the first time I'm doing it in quite a while. So, but I like military movies. My favorite is Saving Private Ryan. Second would be Band of Brothers, which was the HBO series, which everyone should check out. Amazing series. Oh my God. It's like 7 episodes or something like that, and high quality. Steven Spielberg produced it. Okay, last topic. We didn't mention it. Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer. Did you see it?
I
Dead
actually
Redemption
watched
2
it
trailer?
right after I was done streaming before I got in here because I had a feeling
I
we were
didn't
going to
see
talk
it.
about it.
Well, so it looks
I have it open
beautiful,
now.
of course. Huh? You have it
I
open
said
now?
yeah.
Yeah, it just shows how massive the world is, but that's not a shock. But it looks like it could be bigger. What's interesting, which I didn't know, was this is actually the 3rd game in the series. Because Red Dead Revolver came out in 2004. Anyone remember that game?
I
Red Dead Revolver?
actually played it. No, I didn't play it. I was actually watching videos on it because I didn't know it was a thing. And then
What was it? Because I don't know anything about it. It's like like 3rd person shooting, right?
I think it was. I don't know. I can't remember. I remember watching it though, but it's like nowhere near Red Dead Redemption 2. It was like a quick like U-turn, like not a U-turn, but like it was like on a different level. And apparently Red Dead Redemption 2 is a prequel to Red Dead Redemption. So I was kind of confused when watching the trailer. I'm like, this isn't John Marsh. Like like I got confused, but I mean, it looked good. I'm glad to see that it is having, like, you know, another game coming out.
Oh yeah, it will be 8 years since the last one. That's insane. Red Dead Redemption came out in 2010.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
look how long GTA came out too.
Yeah, they're
Like,
kind of slow about their games because I think they want to make sure like it's at the best potential that it can be. Because like GTA 5, I think they expected its lifespan to last, I think, like 10 years. Even though I don't think it's gonna last that long, dude. It's only like what, like 4 years in, 5 years, and they're trying to like make it more popular by copying other game modes from other people.
Yeah, see, that's the thing though, because the whole industry is changing. And I actually think Twitch is actually changing that too, because people just want the latest and greatest and what's hip and what's getting the views. And I think Twitch and the streamers, I think they have a very, very big influence on what is popping.
yes, they do. And
And
that's why they're willing to invest in paying people to play their new games and stuff.
yeah, so GTA is still very, very popular. But I mean, they made what, like $1 billion or 2 billion off of DLC, off of shark cards.
Yeah,
So
that's a lot of money.
Red Dead will probably have that.
Microtransactions?
I mean, it's got to. That's what you got to have.
I would assume maybe the only things they would do would be customizations. That's it. Anything else more than that, I think like it would just kind of ruin the game, because what else can you do? Like, most of it's single player, and if you play online, it's like small little tiny. From like RDR, there's like small little tiny like game modes you could play, but it didn't really seem like it had a benefit on it if you had something over someone else.
Yeah, but see, that was 2010. So much has changed. So much. So I'm thinking they're gonna have like, maybe they'll just do the GTA approach. You know, it'll be massive online multiplayer shoot 'em up type thing.
Back to the whole people who stream on Twitch, and like for it to change the industry altogether. I also believe that people who are streaming games are also killing games faster,
Yeah, no,
because
I
of the
agree.
because of the fact that, like, I don't think people realize this, but when they get a game, they're like, all right, the last game that we got prior to this one, it went by too fast, and I feel like I ended up playing it, and then there's nothing left to do. Like the same thing for Destiny 1. Let's say, like, as they were playing it, they weren't getting enough content released enough to keep them satisfied. So people who barely got Destiny 2, they're like, all right, I'm going to pace myself, I got this. And the next thing you know, they were doing everything right then and there, because they're like, I have to do this first, I have to do it before anyone else does it, because if they do it, then it makes me seem like I'm not good enough. So like, I think people are also killing the game faster by forcing themselves to play through an entire game and beating it, and then being like, oh, what is there left to do? Like, and also for people to, you know, keep watching and be like, oh, what else is there left to do? Like, I think streamers are not only helping, but they're also killing the game too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just with so many games in general that are coming out, because gaming is so much more popular. Because before it was a nerdy thing to do, but now everyone games. Like, there was a time when gaming was, and I guess it does still kind of have that stereotype a little bit, but it was really kind of like a geeky thing to do. Like streaming was so nerdy and geeky, and watching people game was like, that was so weird. Why would you do that? But now it's just like,
It's accepted.
It's just like, it's a normal kind of thing. But if you were to look at it, like, people still kind of do it. They're like, oh, you stay at home and play video games all the time? What a loser. And then to us, it's like, eh. Like, we don't care, dude. It's freaking dope for us. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's weird. It's changing. So we're all gonna get it, obviously, right? I mean, I love the first one, Red Dead.
Revolver?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I never
you.
knew it existed till today. I was just doing a little research. It
Yeah,
looks beautiful. It looks
I actually
amazing.
like the first Red Dead because, well, Red Dead Redemption. Sorry, my bad. I remember buying like a PS3 specifically just for RDR, and then I ended up playing it when I was traveling, and it has like so many memories because like even the multiplayer was pretty dope. But I think I think after a while, because they never back then, like they didn't add any extra stuff for multiplayer. It was literally just, oh, this is the base game and this is what you're getting. Like now that they're gonna add like DLC and stuff, I think it can make the game last a little bit longer.
Red Dead 2 it's the story of outlaw Arthur Morgan and the Vanderling gang as they rob, fight, and steal their way across a vast and rugged heart of America in order to survive. So yeah, you rob trains, banks, whatever. You're kind of an outlaw. And someone, they don't show who it is, but there's someone on your ass the entire time chasing you. So people are speculating who that could be. Maybe the hero from that's going to be in a different game. Who knows? Anyways, it's going to be spring 2018 on PlayStation and Xbone.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm gonna get it for the PS4.
No PC announcement. Why not?
They usually wait.
I know, because like if you were to think about it, they did it for GTA 5 where they like released it a year later, but that's what I feel like killed GTA 5 for PC, is that they waited too long.
Yeah, but PC people just steal video games.
I guess
I don't
maybe
know, a lot of people pay too, you know.
I think that's the main reason. That's what I think. Because they don't want hackers, and the PC people are just gonna download it, hack it, mod it, and steal it. That's what I think. Am I right or wrong?
Not necessarily, because like even then, they have like detections where they can tell if someone's hacking, but for the most part, fake copies of the game, those are pretty common. It doesn't seem like it really affects them that much because it's not like a majority of what people would buy off of Steam anyways.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, when GTA 5 came out, I got kind of upset at it because remember at launch date, we had issues even getting online. Like they didn't do any tests or anything. I don't know if you remember that.
That seems typical for like any kind of game now. Like I guess like during beta, they're like, all right, we're gonna test the servers to see how many people we can let on, and then the next thing you know, when they launch the game, they don't like open enough servers as is, even though they know it's like a big launch. And they just kind of like screw everyone over. Because I think they did it for Destiny 2 recently as well. Like they had trouble getting people on.
Because I know it killed Halo, the anniversary thing, for like a good solid, I would say a month.
Like 2 months actually.
Yeah.
That was horrible. They didn't have the beta for that, did they?
Nope.
And they couldn't even get refunds on those either, so they were just kind of screwed.
They killed it. I was looking forward to that because that had all the maps and everything. Right?
I don't know how long it took for us to get Heist on GTA 5 too. So by the time Heist came around, I was like kind of like on the fence with GTA or even just playing it. But they did get me to buy it because of the campaign. And I know I know Mikey was eyeing also the gambling thing, and it always said coming soon, and also the racetrack coming soon.
Oh yeah, and stocks. They said since the very beginning they were like, all right, we're gonna release stocks, and I guess in a way they were like, yeah, they haven't released it yet. I guess in a way they were thinking about it. They're like, okay, people are gonna hack the stocks, and then it's just gonna ruin the game in general. No one's gonna buy any shark cards. I guess that's the reasoning why they're still trying to do it.
Yeah, I was looking. That was my most forward to thing right there. The racetrack.
The racetrack, and there was a gambling thing.
And the stock market. And both those things never happen. And if you go to the racetrack in the game, coming soon.
I told you. I keep talking about that. See?
Dosha's back. What happened?
Hi, Dosha.
Nothing. I'm still here. My segment's a little bit later, thank the heavens. So that means more time to chat with you guys. And I too, by the way, was looking forward to the stock market in GTA. Never happened. Cry every time. Just saying.
GTA on PC. You know how they have those role play things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that legal, or are those like hacked servers or those pirate servers that do that? How is that possible?
The servers are based off of the person's computer, I'm assuming, but
so Rockstar does not condone those.
They don't condone them, but they're also not taking action against them.
Okay.
I guess to be honest, not trading money, right? And the money's not affecting the real online game. It shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Oh, they're like separate. Like you can never like give money inside a server, and all of a sudden you go to like the actual GTA 5, and you're like you have the money. It's totally separate.
Okay, but if you plan a private server, you can just use anything you want, right?
Yeah, but it's not connected. The private servers, they don't transfer. Everything you do on that server is stuck to that server.
See, so reasons like that, you're making these pirate servers to role play, do karaoke shows, you know, do BDSM, whatever it is you're into. I think that's why it comes out a year later. That's why they're not going to have Red Dead Redemption 2 until a year later, year and a half after they made all their money, because they know you PC freaks are going to do weird stuff with their game.
To be honest, RP has probably saved GTA 5 because its player count was like so far down, and if it wasn't for RP, there would probably be no one playing it. Like if you were to look at GTA 5, a majority of the top streamers right now are all RP streamers. And like people who are playing the regular base game, they're at the very bottom because everyone's already seen everything. They want something new, and I don't think I don't think Rockstar is ever going to agree to allowing them have like RP officially. Like unless it comes out of like, Rockstar actually making money off of it.
But yeah, Dosh, I mean, so we were just, just talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 in general. I assume you're going to get it too.
Yeah, it still does break my heart though that it's not coming out on PC. That was kind of the major thing that I was hoping for when it was announced. I was like, all right, they're going to actually port this to PC, right? We're not going to get it though.
Well, we think it's going to be like GTA 5. Oh, sorry, Mikey.
No, it's cool. Look, the reality is I'm going to get it. I always support Rockstar. They make some really great cinematic. They're just amazing at storytelling. And that's a big deal for me. So, oh yeah, I'm getting it for sure. And then what I want to know though, I mean, since that's done now, what's the deal? Are they going to do a Bully or another Max Payne? I need those in my life too. So,
Didn't they just make a Max Payne like 3 years ago?
Yeah, but it's still time for another.
I don't know. I think Rockstar takes their time on games now. Like they are just like
tennis.
They aren't putting stuff out like COD is every year.
Right.
I think Bully's next, but I think Max Payne's dead.
Did the last one do well or no?
It did good. It did pretty good. I don't remember the numbers, but it did pretty well.
Because Max Payne was like inspired by the Matrix movies, right?
No.
Okay.
No, it had bullet time, which was kind of why people had that correlation. But no, it just had a really deep story. I feel like every game that's come out so far, over after the 360, during the 360 era, has had such a great story that I mean, I don't care what game it is, I'll pick it up. I had LA Noire, I had Red Dead, had Max Payne, obviously picked up Grand Theft Auto. I mean, their storytelling is ridiculous. So I would love to see. Really, I want to see another Bully. I want to see an updated Bully or a different kind of Bully, but I want to see Bully and how they would do that in this day and age. I think now is the perfectly time to bring back some kind of fun political incorrectness in a little school game. That would be perfect right now.
Yeah, Bully would be amazing. Because the last one was on 360 and looks like crap if you try playing it now. And I'm big on graphics, dude.
Isn't there a PC port though? So.
Yeah, I was gonna say they had a PC port. It was all right.
Still looks like garbage though. I think I have it on PC.
Yeah,
but it is about the story. But I want some decent graphics. So yeah, that was gonna be the last thing because it's been over an hour. Jeez, and we talked about a lot of gaming stuff, but we're going in that season where all the games are popping right now.
Wintertime is the best time.
So, huh?
No, go ahead.
No, what'd you say, Smiley? What's the best time?
The winter. I love winter.
You love winter, just bundling up with the snow outside, playing your video games?
Listen, we live in California. We don't get no freaking snow outside.
We have the spray frost that we spray on the windows. That's the same thing.
The fake snow we just throw on the ground. Okay, I'm gonna do that actually. I'm gonna throw a whole bunch of fake snow outside and be like, guys, it's snowing. My own experience.
To make a snowball and hit you in the forehead.
So you came for Tenet's Fall with pumpkin spice latte too.
Oh my god, how basic was that? Go away.
So we've been I'm trying to watch my language. We've been talking for over an hour, guys. And so I'm going to hop on the PC beta of Call of Duty World War II. Check it out, have some fun. I'll be streaming on my Twitch, link in bio, links down below. And what are you going to be up to, Sally? What's going on with you these days? What are you promoting? What you're pimping? What can we see from you?
I've been streaming a lot on Twitch, and obviously I still make videos on YouTube. I primarily, I think, been playing PUBG and Overwatch a lot. I'm so close to Masters, it's not even funny. But that's pretty much what I've been doing. YouTube.
All right.
And Twitch.
Dosh, we know that you got stuff going on. Link in your bio, unless you want to self promote again.
Twitch.tv/Shadosha. I'm always a slut. Instagram
That's
/ I
what.
am Shadosha. You already know. Actually, I forgot to mention. I know there's been this fitness thing going on, and I've been doing it since forever. But if you do check my IG, I always post my mile run time, since that seems to be an interesting thing. Also, I'm still doing the whole there's this girl thing. Y'all seem to like to ask those there's these girls questions. I still do those, so just ask them. I don't care. I'll answer them. Go for it.
Oh
And
yeah, guys. Leave a comment or tweet any of us a topic or a question you want. Okay, we didn't get to it this time. It just happened to not work out, but we did have some. But leave a comment, tweet something, and we will save it and probably use it. And Rebecca Smiles, what is going on with you? What are you playing? What are you pimping? What's going on? Where can we see your stuff? What's going on?
Hello, my name is Becca. They also call me Tess Smileys. Honestly,
Becco.
yeah, people call me Becco for most part. I'm just trying to reinvent myself. I'm trying to figure out what people aren't doing and what I could do, and I am like, number one still a streamer. That's like my number one priority. Home. Oh my god, I said
Horm,
Yeah,
your
she
I have,
priority
dude.
Horm.
Honestly,
Feeling
that's the first time I've had a speech impediment this entire podcast, and I'm proud of myself, dude. No, but Twitch is my home. That's for sure, number one. I started doing YouTube again, but like, I'll just side thing. Like, I'll throw up a video once in a while, not like consistent. I want to be consistent, but like, I gotta work myself way up there to get back there again. Other than that, like, I'm just trying to reinvent everything that I do. I want to improve in any kind of way that I can, and if it can be done, it can be done. There's
And
always room for improvement for everything.
where can we find you? What's your link?
Every single link I've ever managed to grab the same username, which I am completely happy for. Everything is to Smiley, so I'm mostly on Twitter. I'm more active on Twitter than I am anything, except for when Mikey tweets me. I seem to never respond to him.
Yeah, I
You don't
know.
like
It's
Mikey.
okay. I'm used to it. So even your Tinders to Smileys?
I don't think people are actually going to be able to contact me on that, but I think it is.
I probably should have said that. Who knows what I've just caused. Okay.
No, it's
So
cool.
link in bio, link down below. That's all the stuff. Alymew, thank you very much for coming back. You're always welcome at any time.
Mm-hmm. You just have
And
to ask.
oh, you're always welcome, dude. The door's always open. All right. You don't even have to knock. Just
He's
actually,
basically
knock
saying you have
first.
to invite yourself.
Please knock. Don't know what's going on in here. Links down below to everybody's stuff, and we'll see you guys again next week. Is this gonna go on, or do we come back 2 years later?
I'll be here, darn it.
I will
I'll
be
be
here
Dude,
here.
too.
I'm committed to
Alright.
this actually.
Cool.
Okay, bye.
Awesome. Yeah. Bye. Later.
Bye.
Bye.